And you know, this was when the economy was kind of starting to get really tough, so the jobs were paying less and less, especially in media at this point, and renting or buying somewhere to live, bad, not a good situation. So in the end, I couldn't justify it, and I turned both opportunities down. Felt a little devastated for about an hour, but then realized, okay, this is okay. Time to regroup, time to redo, let's see what happens next. And that's when Madison came calling. The station here was actually starting a brand new newscast. So it was sort of one of those where, great, I can go back to doing the parts of this business that I love. I was going to be helping create some new newscasts. I was going to be on the air helping as an anchor as well. And I loved to manage the younger people. So I was going to work with young reporters and work on their writing. So for 4 years, that was fabulous. Or was it? It was okay. It was okay. I'm not going to actually tell you it was great, because in the back of my head I was still wondering, is this really what I want to do the rest of my life? Am I really happy? We were obviously enjoying living in Madison. We were back near friends and family and loving that part of our life, but the job wasn't working in the bigger picture. So the presidential election of 2008 was actually my 20th year in television. I celebrated that 20th anniversary on the presidential election. That was also when, if you recall, the economy started to just kind of do, and it was hitting everyone at this point. There were layoffs everywhere, including media, and my station here also started to lay people off. There was around 1, around 2, around 3, I saw some amazing, incredible coworkers let go, laid off. And hiring was frozen, you've heard all these things, money was cut, no raises were being given. Round 4, I got the call. There's nothing like this. You're needed in HR. And what I would not do that day, I refused. Round 4, it was myself and 8 others, and they wanted all of us to be walked out of the building. And I thought, after 22 years, you are not walking me out of this building quiet. I had a lot of coworkers there that I adored, that I had helped, that at this point even in their career, I would like to say they are making it because of some of the things that we talked about. And that makes me really proud of them. And these are people I simply wanted to say goodbye to. So I'm driving home, you know, you feel a little stunned, a little thinking, now what? You know, and I guess honestly, I probably would have been really happy at that moment actually, if I wasn't worried about paying the bills. Those darn bills get in the way, don't they? So I realized I really didn't like working there that much, probably even disliked it. I'd started looking for a new job, even a new career. But now I was scared into having to do it. And I guess I like to call this my graduation from TV and having to start over, just like all of you are doing tonight, to find what it is you love. So when people started asking me, what do you think? What are you going to be? What are you going to do now? My answer was, happy. I just want to be happy. And most of the time, I think that surprised them, that they didn't know what else to say. So that was kind of the quiet now. And I think it actually did surprise a lot of people. So I think this is also where your test of your perseverance will come in. I've always, in my entire life, been a networker. And it's odd, in a time of stress and revelation, you find out what those networking and partnerships and friends, what that means to you in a time like that. Or just when you're looking for a job, just having people to call, to reach out to say, help, it's okay, I need some help right now. Very, very lucky, because I got about a week to feel sorry for myself. Now, 2 jobs, neither paying a whole lot of money, but they both came my way through my networking. And I'd like to say 2 years later, I'm still doing both of those jobs. Not still making a lot of money, but it doesn't matter, because I'm making myself into my own business. And where's that word? I'm actually happy. Wow. This is really what I wish for all of you. I know that's a lot of where I've been, what I've done, but I hope you can take some of the words of what I have talked about and what I've gone through to remember your own dreams and your own goals, and I hope that happiness is truly one of those with whatever you are choosing to do. I think success is what you end up making it, especially in this continuing economic climate. If you have a job right now, you're a success. You truly are. So the, I guess, ending question is, should happiness be a goal? Well, something I did last night, I got on Facebook with a bunch of my friends, and I'm imagining most of you are on Facebook. And I said to my friends, what should I tell these folks that are going to be going out into the new real world for the first time after graduation? So here's what I was told by my friends. Tim said, tell them to stay hip. Take that for whatever you like. This piece of advice is from my friend Dawn. She has changed careers more times than I can count, and every time it looks like you wondered, where's she going, what's she doing? She comes out on top. She says, find joy in every day, no matter where you are or what you're doing. My friend Nancy said, the greatest adventure is going to be finding the unknown is absolutely delicious. Nancy's currently unemployed, and she doesn't care. She's doing okay. And she is applying for jobs, and I love that she still thinks the unknown of it all is delicious. Another friend of mine lost her job around the same time I did. She was also in television. She is now working in the banking industry. Talk about a total change. She said, aspire to be the best at whatever job you end up at, and even if it's not what you want to do long term, consider it a temporary stop and part of the journey of your life. Do it with gusto and still give it your all. A gentleman that I worked with at the television station here in Madison, he's an older gentleman, and he said, tell him jobs are great to have, one of those necessary evils, but it is never what defines you. You are who you are. Bill, my friend, said the best advice I ever got was from his 7th grade basketball coach. He told us, you're gonna miss some shots, so don't worry about that. Just keep trying to shoot. And it wasn't until many years later, he says, I figured out how much that applies to life itself. Keep shooting. And yes, he says, I did keep shooting a lot. And yeah, he says, I like to consider myself as I've also scored. And finally, Jennifer is a friend of mine. She too has worked in a lot of different businesses and just started her own business. And she says, think about what your hopes and dreams were maybe when you were a kid. Is this still something you desire? And maybe some of those answers are still in those childhood dreams. So that's kind of fun to get those from Facebook. And looking at these responses a little closer, these are men and women of all ages. My friends range from 20s to the one gentleman that said, be hip. He's in his 60s. Common theme, though, that idea of happiness. So I think it may be the most difficult goal you set for yourself, that happiness, but when you can achieve it, it really will be the most rewarding. So good luck, and I truly wish all of you much happiness.